Where'd I go? Oh. Hi everyone. Do you see me, Andy? Because I'm not seeing you.
I do.
You
I
do?
see you.
Huh,
See you.
I don't. I have a black screen on my end.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that interesting? Okay, well, as long as you can see me,
I would think others could too, but I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see if a couple people come on, let us know if you can see both of us. I mean, I can just talk anyway, but I see a black screen on my end and I shouldn't. But I will, let me do this.
It looks like there's a few people on.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll just let that roll. Just all of a sudden I went I went out of my own screen, but that's okay. I don't need to see myself as long as others do.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So hello, everyone. There's some folks chiming on. This is a Q&A and just kind of brief description of the retreat, a wellness retreat that Andy and Andy Lockmears is with me, and I'm Kathy Homeyer, if you don't know me. This is going live on the Lake Clear Lodge Facebook page, and we will tape it and send it around. So this is live. If you have questions, I should be able to see them in the chat. And if we don't answer them in the chat, then we will answer them. If I don't, see them in the chat, if there's no questions or whatever, we will certainly answer them afterwards if we don't get to it right live. Also, we had some folks calling in with basic questions who hadn't learned about the retreat. A couple of weekends ago, we did a live webinar to tell about, and I'm going to start out with this one, Andy, because I literally just got off a phone call with a client who, well, he's asking me about my services because he's so in fear of his anxiety and different symptoms that he's feeling, that he's in fear. And really, this is about empowering people to take people out of fear to see what's going on. So I kind of wanted to start right out with that because that was,
Yeah.
They literally were, wanted to stay on the phone, and I said, come and listen if you can, but I'll send you some information. And yeah, no matter what it is, and I'll let you explain the biological part of it, Andy, and what this is all about. But I kind of wanted to pop right in with this because just in talking with them, information can be so empowering.
Yes.
And knowing that you can do something for yourself, as well as, whatever, process you want to follow. It's so empowering. Just in talking with them and saying, well, there are ways to going, about finding what's going on and what your symptoms could mean. So maybe you can do, a brief one that you can do in your sleep.
Yeah, exactly. And first, let me say I'm Andy Lockmears, if you don't know, and this is Kathy Homeyer. And so we're doing this short Q&A for you because we are doing a retreat, and it's an awesome retreat that's going to combine German new medicine along with nourishing foods, nutrient-dense foods. So cooking and things that are really supportive for their body, along with this amazing system, the discoveries of a physician 35 years ago who discovered the cause and natural progression and natural resolution of all diseases. This is not a pie in the sky. This is biology. He called it German new medicine. So it is an amazing amount of information, but it's easy to grasp. You can teach it to children, okay? And anyone can use it to understand why they have the symptoms they have, how they got them, what their natural progression is, and then how do they naturally resolve. And it really involves us getting out of our own way. Fear is one of those things that gets in our way, all right? Because we have been raised in a culture of fear. We fear the sun. We fear bugs. We fear being around somebody who is sick. We fear our own bodies. We fear our own symptoms. We have a culture of fear. And so it's really about, let's feel empowered. Let's really understand what's going on in our body so we can get out of fear. And that's what we're going to be teaching in the retreat that I'll be teaching. I'm going to be sharing it from literally the appetizer to the dessert. It's going to be, here are the very basics. Here's what it all means. Here's how you can discover why you have any symptom for the rest of your life, literally, and what you can do about it. And I'm going to have a whole practical workshop on what do we do about this? Once we have this information, how do we use it in our own lives?
Right.
And that's what I'm really excited about. That's a brand new workshop for me. I'm taking what I have always taught and I'm expanding it. So it's going to be very hands-on and experiential. So I'm excited by that. So you'll come away with knowing this amazing information about food, but also this amazing information about your symptoms.
And I was just going to say, I've worked with a lot of people online, but to have people face to face is extremely powerful and really transformational in just a couple of days. And I have a retreat center here, but to have our own is really amazing.
Oh, I'm so excited by that. Yeah. I usually teach virtually, and being in person with somebody and having that group synergy, we learn from each other. I learned from you as much as you learned from me. So we're going to create something at this retreat that will be healing and empowering.
And I'm posting up some pictures. If folks don't, I had your website up, and we'll put it up again. I'm going to put up the website for the lodge. If people don't know where we are, even though this is being taped on the lodge Facebook page, if people don't know where we are in the Adirondack Mountains near Lake Placid. Most people know where Lake Placid is or know of Lake Placid. That's our website. We actually have a live webcam, and it's snowing today, and I think the webcam's working. But it's snowing today, and it overlooks the lake. And I'm also been putting up pictures. Here's our lakefront, and if people can see that, it's amazing down there and healing in itself. And there, let me, if I can find this, maybe what it would look like in April. I love this picture. That was actually taken in November, but that's when kind of the ice was just blazing. There's still a little bit of snow on the mountains because we are in the northern part of New York, not even upstate New York. We're a couple of hours south of Montreal, an hour from Plattsburgh, if anybody knows these, a couple of hours north of Albany. So driving to get here is not too bad up the interstate or down Route 87. You can fly here. There is a Cape Air flight just a couple miles away, but that generally hooks in from Boston. So, but in that direction, you don't have to rent a car or anything if you are flying, because I can take you right up. So, and
that's how I'm getting there. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a couple miles down. So I pick people up. You don't have to rent a car. Everybody can just stay right here. Meals will be provided. We're really excited. And I'm excited because it's a little bit different for me to be able to explain food in terms of, and you'll have the better wording for this than I do, Andy, the food for where you are in your healing cycle.
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah, exactly. We have different nutritional requirements if we're conflict active versus in a healing phase, versus in a hanging healing. So we're going to talk about that. That's going to make a lot more sense for you at the end of the weekend. And you're going to learn how to make some of these foods and eat them. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and I do my best to get local and organic and sustainable, even though it's midwinter. Hopefully it's past that right now, but early spring, we'll just say early spring. I teach people how to sprout, and that is the highest energy of the plant when you sprout food, so that's kind of fun. I have a lot of grass-fed meats. If you're a vegan or vegetarian, we can take care of that. It's not about diet. It's about what foods you do eat, prepare them in a certain way to be very nutrient dense and to be on, like I said, talk about the healing cycle, about what types of foods you need when, whether you need soups or stews or whether you need something more hearty to replenish your cells. So it's really interesting to look at food that way.
Yeah. And I'm excited to combine these two together. So when I spoke at the Weston Price Conference in 2013, was it 2014? It's like, okay, let's bring together this amazing amount of food information with this amazing amount of natural biology information. So bringing the work of these two men together, Weston A. Price and Dr. Hammer, is amazing. And that's what I did at the conference in information. The food was already this kind of nutrient dense food. So we're recreating that. And this will be like intimate gathering of people who are seeking, people who want answers, and practitioners as well, because I work a lot with practitioners and how can they use this information in their own practices, because you can use both the food information and the German new medicine with any modality, whether you're an energy worker, a hypnotherapist, you're a naturopath, a healer of some sort. This is information you're not going to want to miss. It will revolutionize how you work with your clients so you can be more effective with them. It's amazing.
Yeah, and that statement is a true statement. It really is. I was thinking I've never thought of Weston Price and Hammer together, because I know we do that, but they were both true pioneers and true. The information is amazing. So that together, I never really thought about it like that there, but they were both, and they are pioneers in their field, and bringing in information that is not, I don't want to say not mainstream, even though it's really not, but bringing back how the body really works, bringing back how food really should be prepared and works for your body. That information alone, bringing it into, like I said, that, the gentleman I just spoke to, that empowering information itself can take you out of a program of fear that runs, which is part of the medicine programs, and help you get into more of a healing state, and find other areas. So that's a big thing to be, oh my gosh, what's going on? Why am I not getting well? Why is this? And either the symptoms keep coming back, because I think that's another thing that people can resonate with, is the what German medicine would call a hanging healing, but it's, I have the symptom and then it leaves and then it comes back and I think it's healed, so that it comes back. So it really gives you information on how to look at that, and find where can I stop that cycle and stay in healing mode rather than it looping back. And why does it keep coming back, either seasonally or
It's really about resolving it all and finishing the healing phase. So you're done and you're back to health and vitality. That's really what the whole weekend is going to be geared for. So it's for anyone who has a diagnosis that they don't want, anyone who has a symptom they don't want. It's for any practitioner who wants to maybe expand their practice. And it's really for anyone. I'd love to have parents there, because raising our children with this information is how we're going to change the culture that we live in, and be really healthcare oriented instead of sick care management. Yeah. So, beautiful. Yeah, it is. Yeah, parents, which I don't, I think of, because I work with individuals pretty much, myself, and see individuals in the restaurant and different things and talk to people, but of course, we get families in here, but absolutely, to empower the families. Again, I had a guest whose kids came, and we don't have Wi-Fi in the lodgings, so that wasn't there. And they were out in nature, they were eating good food, and he could not believe the difference just in a few short days, how calm they were, and how their behavior totally changed. And he was astounded, because at first he was like, "Oh my God, what am I going to do? But there's no Wi-Fi. I need to work." And I said, "Well, we do have it in the lodge. It is available." And then he's going to bring his family back. I mean, when he came in, he was thinking, "Oh my gosh, I don't even want to stay here." And when he left, he was like, "We're coming back with our family." I love it.
And the kids. And we have 25 acres here. We have lakefront here, which hopefully may be votable. I don't know. But we have trails. We have hiking. And we have real nature to not only on top of the retreat itself and being one-to-one with Andy. And I love doing cooking classes with people and talking about food and different ways to prepare food, again, no matter what you eat. So this is really a non-diet sort of thing. And it's just empowering, and being out here in nature in the northern Adirondacks, which is called the Healing Woods, is why I keep doing what I'm doing up here. When I see people come in and kind of go, "Oh my God, what am I doing here?" and then leave and go, "Wow, that was just, relaxing in itself and reconnecting." So
yay. Yeah. All right. Well, we hope to see you at the weekend. We hope that you're able to come to the retreat. We'd love to have anyone there. Bring your friends, bring your family. It's going to be awesome.
Times for the events for the weekend in April. We've got Amy here. Can you provide the times for the events for the weekend? Start time Friday, times for Saturday and Sunday. I don't have that on me. Andy, I don't know if you kind of know the scenario, and it is on the Eventbrite, but.
Yeah, I'm looking at, I mean, we'll do an event Friday night, so it will really kick off Friday night, and I'm thinking that will be right after dinner, whatever dinner time is.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be, what, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and that will probably run for an hour and a quarter, maybe hour and a half, tops. I'll be exhausted by then. And then we'll start out Saturday morning, not super early. We'll have a great breakfast. We'll meet again. I've got shorter workshops planned, maybe 1 or 2 in the morning that are an hour or so. Kathy's going to be doing workshops as well, shorter ones during meals and between. And then I've got a bigger one that I'll do in the afternoon. And then Saturday evening, more cooking. We'll look at that. I think it's going to be, we'll have times and we'll put that together certainly before the weekend starts, but it's kind of, we're going to also flow. What do people want to do? We want you to have downtime as well. We want you to have relaxing time. This is not going to be a go, 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 go weekend. It's a, we want you to have time to meditate and relax and just get your nervous system nice and relaxed. Sunday morning, a couple of small things, talks we'll get together and have. And then I'm done. I have to leave and catch my plane around noontime. So that will be it. And you'll have the rest of the afternoon or however long you want to stay at the lodge. Stay for a week,
Yeah. It's really about getting information firsthand, meeting firsthand, getting to the root of issues for yourself, and going home with still being able to connect with Andy and I, and going home with real-time solutions and connections where you can continue that if you need to. But if you really want, it's not, I'm not even I'm using the word intensive, but it's not really intensive, but it's intensive in terms of from, short bursts here and there. If you really want to, take a weekend, relax, get to the root of things, learn some major terms and ways to go, then this would be it. And like Andy said, if you do want to come early, we'll be open a few days early. If you want to stay a little bit later, that's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting up here in that time of year. I love it up here. It's a slower time of year, but it is so refreshing up here. It's like everything starts to burst out and everybody tends to go south, and especially from the area. So it's a really kind of a quiet, wonderful time to be here. And I'm just going to put up there's another picture of the lake here. We get the sunset down at the beach, so it's really wonderful. And I think I had,
Kathy, I want to mention, I'm coming in Thursday night. So if anyone wants any sort of private consultation, we would need to do it on, I'm coming in Thursday night. So I will be available on Friday if anybody wants a one-on-one consultation. You have to know G&M, though, in order to meet with me. So if you know G&M, come on in. We can meet on Friday.
Yeah, and again, we want you to have time to learn and heal, but also, have a relaxing time. So we're not going to do one of those start super early in the morning. We'll have the fire on downstairs, which has the negative ions, which is always cool to sit in front of and heal itself and have fireside chats. So I'm sure the conversation will go wherever it needs to go for the participants who are on site.
And I kind of want us to be able to be flexible for the people who do arrive and come in person. We're there for you. And so we want you to be there and get your needs met, information-wise, rest-wise as well. Yeah.
Okay. And we'll put up, I think, more details. I did put up the Eventbrite link. Well, I'll put those all in the comments underneath this show. And when I turn this into a YouTube, I'll put the comments or the links underneath in the YouTube description so that people will have that as well. We do have a lot of interviews that I've done with you, Andy, over the years, both audio and video like this. So we'll put those in if people are just seeing what the information is or kind of intrigued or what the heck we're talking about anyway. Then we'll put those in the comments too so that you can rewatch those interviews, get a handle on what German New Medicine is all about. Again, what we're adding to this, which Andy and I I'm excited about, is adding the food to the, like you said, the principles of Weston Price, which is really food density, preparing food, and then into the principles of German New Medicine of finding where you are on kind of the healing graph, if you're in a hanging healing or in the healing phase, whatever, and then figuring what those foods are. It's not hard. You just have to get, once you go, oh, okay, yeah, I get that. It makes total sense. Either way, yeah, yeah. Both principles are easy, but until you see them and they're pointed out, they've been kind of hidden. And then you go, oh,
right.
Okay, well, that makes
You're
sense.
mystery.
I get that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Okay, well, they'll put up the links. I think there was a few questions. I think we pretty much answered them. It's the first weekend in April. I think it's the 5th, 6th, 7th, something like that. The Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Okay. And yeah, anything more, then we can answer them. Let me put up once again I'll take down the Eventbrite and I'll put down there because that's the link to the sign up, or you can just call me at the lodge. It's 518-891-1489. If you want to know more about what Andy does, this is her website. I think I spelled it right in there. BioHealthWorks Institute.
Yeah,
correct?
You got it.
Okay, so that's Andy's website. If you want to see the location, it's lodgeonlakeclear.com. And you can find that certainly on the web and see all the different things. The lodgings are unlike a typical hotel. We have a main lodge with just a few bed and breakfast, bed and bath style rooms. We have really super prices for a shared room, or if you want to have your own, we've still got a couple left, are private chalets with jacuzzi tub and fireplace. So you can really get a great price and share and meet some wonderful people, some like-minded people. Or if you want your own private healing space for the weekend, we still have a couple of those available. So just so people know that.
That sounds great.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds great.
I don't think I'm missing any other comments. If I am, we will answer them after this is over in the chat. In the chat box there underneath. And yeah, I hope to see you soon. And Andy, I'm so excited to meet you.
Me too. We've known each other for years now. So now we're going to finally meet in person. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Looking forward to seeing all of you. So we'll see you in a few weeks.
Okay. All right. Bye, Andy.
All right. Bye-bye.